Hey guys, episode 49 of the crypto portfolio series. All the way back down to 205,000. So down about 17,000 from last week. No additions this week, but it's been a bit of a sort of choppy up and down, but mostly down week. As always, it was worse than this midweek. Seems to be every other week it sort of takes a drop midweek and recovers somewhat. But yeah, doesn't sort of go quite as low as the midweek low. So a little bit strange, but we'll see what happens. News seems to be potentially bullish at other countries adopting Bitcoin as sort of maybe not a national currency, but a mandated accepted currency. So El Salvador have made it a legal currency, so you can pay your taxes in it, you can buy anything in a shop and they have to accept it. Or you can use the local currency, obviously. But if you want to use Bitcoin, then you can do. So there's sort of speculation on whether other South American countries will sort of follow their suit. So sort of got Paraguay suggested, Panama, a lot of the sort of pretty much all South American countries, because they get hit by the dollar sort of getting weakened and printed, and they don't get any of the benefit, it seems. So they're wanting to sort of take on crypto. So Mexico are being talked about. Venezuela obviously already attempted a national crypto with the Petro cryptocurrency. So they've sort of got previous. They could already be sort of talking about putting measures into place. A lot of these are sort of potentially talking about putting a bill through by sort of the end of the year to sort of basically do the same as El Salvador have done. I mean, sort of the bigger countries like Brazil and Argentina are probably a little bit hopeful, but yeah, if they were to sort of even talk about it, I expect we would see a bump. So yeah, it was an interesting article. If you're interested, I would give it a read. Possibly a little bit biased and overly bullish, but yeah, take it with a pinch of salt. So Bitcoin on the week is down 2%. Nothing much to speak of. It's mostly the altcoins that have caused the drop. So Ethereum 14% down. Not too bad. Cardano basically the same, nearly 15% down. These had sort of started recovering, so not surprising to see a bit of a drop off. Some of the sort of negative news has been from sort of the world regulators, the Basel III regulations for banks. I think they're saying they have to hold, if they're going to hold any crypto, they have to hold 100% of the equivalent cash in case it goes to zero, basically. So it's sort of putting off banks from getting into crypto potentially, but I think some of them are just saying even with that it's worth it. So yeah, Litecoin and XRP pretty much down the same, about 12%. OMG took a real hit, nearly 24%. Stellar 18%. Most of the altcoins seem to be sort of taking a real hammering, even though Bitcoin was only down 2%. EOS 20, Tron 13, not too bad. Basic Tension token 20%. Dash was 17%. And Power Ledger 26%. So that's sort of the worst of the bunch. And then my little altcoin punts. So Cocos had quite a good week actually, 23%, nearly 24% up. Did have a higher pump during the week, but it's trailed off a little. Keeps saying zero every now and then and bugging. Quonstamp down 5%. So some of the sort of smaller altcoins not performing too badly. 20% on Anchor and 21% on Band. I think some of the really, really small ones, the Quonstamp and Cocos that I have on Binance, maybe are just too small to sort of register on the sort of general sell-offs, so you don't see them necessarily 20% down when everything else is 20%. But yeah, interesting to see how they go. 15% on New Cipher. So I've been adding to these sort of over time. So I put about sort of 600 quid in most of these, except New Cipher. So I've only put 400 into that. So thinking probably in the next week, probably £750 into these. I'll probably leave Cocos as it says 0 there, but it's actually about sort of 500 odd pound, so that's closest to what I've paid for it. So I'll probably put a little bit more into New Cipher because I've only put £400 into that, and bump that up to £600 investment, and then put probably 150 into Band, Anchor and Quonstamp, and leave Cocos alone. So yeah, that's the portfolio for the week. Interesting week. And leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe. See you soon.